Well, we knew it was coming, but it's still really great to have the HTC One M9 finally in our hands. It feels really premium, it looks as nice as it's ever done, and there are a few changes to the build. Now, first of all, you got the power button on the right-hand side. My main gripe with the HTC M8 was the power button was on the top, and it was a bit awkward to, reach with your finger. Now that it's on the side, you can easily get it with your thumb. That's a small but big improvement. If you're an existing M7 or M8 owner, you'll either be really happy or slightly disappointed that it looks fairly similar. But as far as I'm concerned, this is a really great looking handset. It feels expensive, it feels premium, and that's exactly what you want from it. Now, it's available in a few colour options, and the new one is silver and gold, which blends them both together, and, well, it looks really nice. Flip it around and you'll notice that there's only one lens on the back. That's because HTC's depth sensor, which used to be here, is now gone. Now, the 4 megapixel ultra pixel sensor is also gone, and HTC's replaced this camera with a 20 megapixel sensor. Now, megapixels aren't everything when it comes to photo quality, but you should be able to crop into shots now without as much noise as before. The dual LED flash makes a return. It's got a white one and an amber one, and the combination of that should make for more realistic skin tones. It's something we saw debut on the iPhone, and HTC took it, LG have done it, and it's just nice to see it return there. Now, the front-facing camera is an ultra-pixel sensor, and if you like selfies, you'll be glad to know that the ultra-pixel sensor, it sucks in a lot more light than a regular sensor. That means if you're at a bar, at a club, or in a dark room and you want to take a photo of yourself, it should be a lot clearer. Now, HTC decided to stick with the same 5-inch 1080p screen. It's not 2K, so on paper, the Galaxy S6 and the LG G3 do outweigh it. But in our experience, you only really notice the difference when your eyeball is pressed practically right up to the display, which obviously you won't do on a normal day. The 5-inch display will probably be familiar to most Android fans by now, but if you've got small hands, you might struggle to reach the tops, but it's not a big deal, really, for most people. The HTC M9 is still quite tall, like its predecessor, because it's flanked by these two speakers right here. Now, these BoomSound speakers have a Dolby Digital 5.1 surround sound. We're not entirely sure what that means in general use listening through the speakers, and it's pretty noisy here in Barcelona, but when we get our final review unit, we'll sit in probably the What Hi-Fi testing rooms. They're built for that sort of thing, and just see how loud they really are. Now, in terms of durability, HTC have upped the stakes with the M9. The front screen is covered in Gorilla Glass, and the back camera lens is actually covered in sapphire glass, which makes it practically unscratchable to anything but a diamond, which is quite handy if you leave your phone down on the table a lot, or if it slides along, it won't scratch at all. That's also the same as the one on the iPhone, and it's a trend that we want to see all manufacturers take up. Now, in terms of build, the One M9 is crafted from one solid block of aluminium, as the M8 was, but this time HTC's actually covered the back of the device in a special coating to make it more resistant to scratches, which is good news all around. HTC's Android skin, Sense, has made the return in Sense 7. It's got a really useful feature called Sense Home, which is this button right here. Now, you can actually press it and you can get an option of home, work, or just out, and it actually changes the icons and the apps available on your home screen according to where you are. Even better, it can detect within 100 meters of your destination. So if you leave the office and you're nearly at your house, it will detect that you're nearly home, and it will change the home screen automatically, which is just pretty handy. Well, that's it for the HTC M9, but there's plenty more to see here at MWC, and we should have a full review of this bad boy very soon. I just call this, I called it a bad boy.